Hello, Orientation to the Teaching Profession class. It is, well, right now I'm making this video. It's the Sunday night before our final week together. We are in week 5. I can never believe quite how fast this class goes, and the man, the community that you all have created amongst yourselves is truly kind of humbling and inspiring all at the same time. I am making this video, actually normally I make the videos from my office on campus, but tonight I'm making the video for this week from my writing room at home, and so welcome to my writing room. And I have a whole list of things that I want to make sure and touch base on in our final week together. Thank you so much for the inspiration, the creativity, the amazing heart that you put into the PowerPoints, into the Prezzies. I keep opening them up and saying, oh, this is so cool, this is so cool, and then kind of being humbled and inspired by what is within that Prezzie or what is within that presentation. And so, or the PowerPoint. And so I want to say thank you for that. I so very much look forward to diving into your interviews and observations. I'm so grateful that that there are no set questions, because based on what your questions to me have been about the interviews and the observations, I'm just really curious to see what you ask people and what you learn and how you synthesize that and take that away. And so I'm really looking forward to diving in. This week, I've got a whole list of things to touch base on. This week is our last week together, and we are going to explore, oh my gosh, some of the ideas that I am most passionate about. And although that, I could say that about so many things, but working with speakers of other languages. And because if you are teaching in Santa Fe, if you're teaching in New Mexico, if you're teaching in any state in the United States, if you're teaching anywhere on planet Earth, then these are really important dynamics and understandings to have, because you will be working, these dynamics will fill your classroom. And so we're going to be we're going to be exploring these ideas. Many of you have personal experience, and so I'm very much looking forward to the wisdom that you'll bring to our class, for our classmates, and for me, for me. And so one of the pieces that we're going to be reading this week is a piece called Raven's Time that I wrote based on experiences with students just like you in this program, in the Santa Fe schools specifically, but these could be schools in, anywhere in the United States basically, or anywhere in the world. Some of the underlying dynamics, the specifics may change, but the dynamics do not. And so I very much look forward to hearing your thoughts and your experiences. And this piece was really inspired by questions that came within this very course, Orientation to the Teaching Profession, about kind of his dynamics or histories that teachers didn't understand. And so I wrote this piece in the hopes of shedding light, or at least providing some historical context to what you're going to be experiencing or what you already are experiencing. This week also you will be receiving in your SFCC email, which you have so valiantly found. Most of you, there's a few, we will get it this week, I promise we'll get it. And so that you're going to be receiving within that email, it's an idea course evaluation. And if you could pretty please take the time to fill that out. My understanding is that I can also put a link to you perhaps within this course shell. I'm going to explore that tomorrow. But please go to your SFCC email and look for that idea course evaluation. And please, if you could just take the time to fill that out, and then pop me an email and just let me know, Dawn, I did the course evaluation. It is 100% anonymous. Here's a little secret. I have no idea if you've actually completed it or not, because it's 100% anonymous. But if you tell me you completed it, and actually I am really going to believe you, because imagine how bad the karma would be if you didn't tell me the truth on that, then you'll get 5 extra points, extra credit, which philosophically I'm just totally opposed to. But the college, it's really important to the college that you complete this course evaluation. And so I'm just obviously throwing some of my values right out the window, but if you could just do that, that'd be great. And just under the assignment link, it says, completed course eval. Just write in there, Dawn, I did it. I will believe you. remember good karma for telling the truth on this one and give you those points. So that's going on. Let's talk a little bit about, oh, I know what I was going to talk to you about. One of the things that many of you have connected with me privately about is kind of these different strands of life that are part of, I think, any kind of well-rounded life, but where different parts of our lives come together, and whether it's because we have interests in other areas, whether it's because of experiences we've had in other areas, and some of the frustrations that can come from whether it's administration, whether it's what's happening kind of around standardized testing right now in education, whatever that is. And so I just wanted to share with you one of the things that has made a profound difference in my own life, and the only reason that I'm still in education, because I think, you know, otherwise I probably would have left a good decade ago, is to find ways to be authentically in education. And one of the ways that I have done that is to weave, you know, I'm a writer, you know, I'm a teacher, you know, I'm a mom, you know, I'm a wife, you know, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. I used to think there was a separation between professional and personal, or between my educational life and my writing life, and I found that actually incredibly exhausting, and also it fragmented me. And so what I would encourage you to do is to think about all these different strands in your life, and to think about how they can reinforce one another. And I also really focus a lot on song, which is the idea that we each have within us a song, and whatever that may be. And how one finds that is by, if you close your eyes and you think about an incredibly peaceful time in your life, or something that fills you with energy, then focus on that and make that bigger and bigger and bigger. I write about the ideas of song in Meadowlark, in my novel, because I found that unless I really focused on that, I found being in education fragmenting. And so I just wanted to touch base on that, because so many of you have kind of connected with me privately. And so anyways, I just tossed that out there to you to think about. The other thing, let's see here, I have a whole list here. The other thing I want to make sure and talk about is moving into EDUC 201B, the Critically Reflective Teacher. And there's a little space in between our class and the next class. Actually, I mean, not much space at all, like a day. When you open up Jack, after our class ends, you will find you'll find EDUC 201B will be there instead of our class. And so, but while during this week, this next week before that starts, one of the assignments of that class is working with a learner. And so whereas you did interviews and observations for the field component for this class, in the next class, you're going to work one-on-one with a single learner. It will be very structured how you'll work with that learner. It is in no way evaluative. It is just to observe and look at how that child learns. Preferably not your own child, nor one of your students, only because if it got out, then it'd make the other students probably feel left out. But be thinking about who you could work with in 201B, a child, one-on-one. It can be a neighbor, it can be a niece, it can be a nephew. It's better if it's someone who's physically present. The ways that you'll be interacting with that child are not that conducive, not terribly conducive, via Skype or phone or anything like that. So be thinking about who your learner could be, not your child, not your student, somebody who you are going to explore ways of learning through storytelling, through play, through technology. It's very structured, and you'll be learning about it more in 201B, but what you can do is identify who that learner might be in the next week. let me think. I think those are the biggies that I wanted to make sure and talk to you about. The fact that we're going to be diving into these ideas of bilingualism, of bicultural ambivalence, of some of the dynamics in our classroom, finding a learner, the idea course evaluation that I will completely take your word about whether you complete or not, and just to say I will miss this class tremendously. I'm not going to say goodbye yet because we have a whole week together, but this video is at the beginning of the week. That I've been phenomenally impressed at how you have supported one another, how you have created community, how you have been willing to bring your own life experiences to our classroom, to the enrichment of this learning environment, but of all of us. And so I just wanted to give you my profound gratitude for doing that. And I also wanted to say that after this course ends, which will end on this upcoming Sunday, I actually find that the community within education, one of the things that has kept me going these many years, is the community of educators, oh gosh, that we come together, whether it's not even necessarily physically, where one sees one another, but that idea of community has been so sustaining over the years. I cannot even tell you, whether it's in books, which is why I've read to you so much, whether it's in professional communities, which I belong to a number of, or whether it's just staying in touch. And so I wanted to say I would love to stay in touch with you, whether that be via email, whether that be via, I do Facebook, I do Twitter, Dewdrops, you can sign up for Dewdrops. Whatever that way may be, one of the things that I have found is professional community of like-spirited people have absolutely been transformative in my own life and been so tremendously enriching in my career in education. So I just wanted to toss that out there to you. So I say thank you so very much for all you have brought to this course and will continue to bring to this course this week. And I will see you in class this week. And thank you again. Okay, see you in class.